Hey guys, welcome to SuperMarcelWorld. Welcome to this retro review for Beyond Re-Animator. The third Re-Animator film, which once again brings back Jeffrey Combs as Dr. Herbert West. Like the previous film, this one is directed by Brian Yuzna, who also directed the excellent Return of the Living Dead Part 3. Oh yeah! She's not getting any fresher. The story. Even though Dr. West is now behind bars, that doesn't stop him from continuing his research. But this time on prison rats. Cause, you gotta work on something. When the new prison doctor starts, he quickly enlists the assistance of West because of a previous encounter with West when he was just a kid. Through electricity, West finds a way to transfer nanoplasmic energy from a living being to a rage-filled monstrous creature. But the transferred nanoplasmic energy makes them kinda normal again. Or so it seems. Of course, things go wrong and once again all hell breaks loose, but this time it's behind bars, so you can't escape. What I like, Jeffrey Combs. I keep saying it, but Jeffrey Combs is the guy that makes these films so much fun. He's absolutely terrific in the role. He's a little mad, he's a little crazy, and he's a little funny. It's a terrific mix. He's odd, he's a little geeky, he's, kinda mad, but, he's not evil either. It makes him a really interesting character and Jeffrey Combs displays the role so well. I'm so glad I got to meet him. So I'm very glad that Combs once again returned to play the role, even if it was like 14 years since we last saw him in Bride of Re-Animator. Clearly Combs didn't lose his touch and he easily slides back into the role. And I hope we get to see him play the role again. The nanoplasmic energy. Instead of doing what they already did, they introduced something new. Transferring the nanoplasmic energy from a living creature to an enraged, infilled, reanimated being. Which kinda makes them kinda normal again. For some time. It brought something new and fresh to the franchise, taking it a step further. But this also changed the look and behavior of the reanimated. They became more beast-like because the nanoplastic energy was taken from, prison rats. So they actually became rat-like creatures. The final act. It's kind of a tradition in the Re-Animator films. In the final act, towards the end, everything totally goes berserk. Shit hits the fan and all hell breaks loose. And insanity is poured all over your screen. I love it. The prison becomes even more of a madhouse with rat-like, reanimated corpses running around, creating hell on earth. It's totally insane. What I don't like. The cast. It's a good thing Wesley Snipes. What? It's a good thing Jeffrey Combs returned, because then in this case we actually had some talent on set. Because I really mean all of the other actors were either mediocre or terrible. They're so weak. It's such a disappointment. The overall feel of the film is already cheap, but having these third grade actors doesn't really make stuff better. A stronger cast would have made this film a lot better. The middle. The film starts off interesting and the climax, the final part is really bonkers. But there's a huge gap in the middle which is really dragging along and I was like, come on guys, come on, get going. Boring might be a too strong of a word, but it kind of falls flat. It kind of drags a little in the middle. And honestly, I feel the second film also had this problem, in a slighter degree, but still. And, the mediocre cast makes those scenes, very hard to get through. Cheap. I'm gonna say it, the film looks and feels cheap. The film had a bigger budget, but you surely can't tell. The cast makes it feel cheap, the sets make it look cheap, and I kinda hate myself for saying this, but that's how I feel. Most magical moment. Now there's an inmate by the name of Speedball which overdoses on reagent, making his torso explode. Oh yeah, his eyes pop and the guy still lives. He even asks West for more. Apparently it's addictive as well. To which West replies, I think you had enough. Terrific. Did you know? Re-Animator 4. For years and years they planned on making a fourth Re-Animator film which would involve West being rushed to the White House to reanimate the dead president. And you can kind of guess where it goes from there. But this was never made and it sucks so bad because that idea is really, really cool. And it sucks so bad that they never made this because, look at this poster. Tell me you don't want to see that. I made this poster years ago and not to toot my own horn, but I really like it, and this is a movie I really would like to see with Jeffrey Combs playing the role of West again. So shut up and go make the movie. Re-Animator 2019. There's a new film coming out based on the original story by H.P. Lovecraft, and it doesn't involve any of the original actors because it's kind of a new thing. Because it's basically a new film of the original story by H.P. Lovecraft. It's not necessarily a remake of the Jeffrey Combs movie, but you know, just a new film based on the original book by H.P. Lovecraft. It sucks that Jeffrey Combs isn't in it, and what sucks even more is that I was the one who brought him this news. I met Jeffrey Combs in a horror convention in Germany in 2016, and when I was at his table, I asked him about this new film that was coming out without him being involved and how he felt about it. But the bad thing is, the guy didn't know about it. I was the one who brought him this bad news, so I kind of feel bad for giving him the information, but at that time he thought it would be a film with a similar title, but it would have nothing to do with, you know, Re-Animator. So I said, you know, it does, but, you know, I didn't really want to upset him or anything or want to start a discussion, so I dropped it. But, you know, I'm the one who told him and he didn't know. So that kind of makes me feel a little bit bad. So, yeah. Anyways, who's looking forward to that film? Let me hear ya. That's what I thought. Overall, while it's not as good as the previous two, it is fun, even though it falls flat in the middle. And even though the cast is terrible, aside from Jeffrey Combs, when you make it to the finale of the film, you know, stuff totally goes insane. And it's kind of a tradition in the Re-Animator films. In the film's climax, everything goes berserk. By the way, there's an extra scene during the credits of a rat battling a decapitated, reanimated penis. Yeah, just let that one sink in. The film uses a similar opening credits like the first two films, but it just feels kinda off. The theme sounds cheap, the animations look cheaper. It lacks the magic that the original two had. And you know, I know we're talking about opening credits, but still, it's one of the things I really noticed. However, it being the weakest of the three, it doesn't mean that it's a terrible film. It has its problems, but it also has a lot of things to enjoy. And most of it is thanks to Jeffrey Combs, who is just terrific in the role of Herbert West. He really is as good as he ever was, and I surely really hope so we get to enjoy him in the role once more. I give Beyond Re-Animator 5 out of 10 Herbert Wests. So that's it for now, guys. Thanks so much for watching. How do you feel about Beyond Re-Animator? Let me know below how you feel. If you have time, hit that like button, maybe subscribe or check out some of my other videos. And of course, as always, I hope to see you back next time.